Or am I ready? Or you just vibing in? Like, what you doing?
Yeah, no,
You ain't gonna do the questions no more?
you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is, do you feel like Lil Tim was right or wrong for killing King Von?
I mean, yeah, he wrong for killing them for sure. I mean, I've been in a lot of comments talking to a lot of different people from different states. Um, I know that it's different rules and laws in different states, but no, I feel like he wrong. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I feel like he wrong is because if he walking up punching you, it don't matter if you with 10 people. It don't matter if it doesn't matter like if they got pistols on them or none of that at this point because back when I grew up, we was fighting, man. We had big brawls and we was fighting, bro. And when we was fighting, we was fighting. I don't care if it was 20 people, 15 people, if one starts swinging, you gonna turn around and see everybody else swinging. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like defend your friend by any means, that's cool. But I feel like the moment that you pulled out a gun and pointed it at somebody who was punching one of your homies, I feel like that's kind of more like a coward move. And the reason why I say coward is because I see if guns was already drawn. I see if it was a life or death situation, then yeah. But if your homie getting punched and you walk up and you shoot the nigga that's punching him, nah, you wild. You wild. You a coward. You could have just fought him. Or you could have just broke the fight up. Or you could have just I don't know. It's a lot of different things you could have did though. But the fact that the world is making it acceptable for him to kill somebody and then making it seem like this the crazy part about that situation that I don't get. Everybody hate King Von because he's allegedly caught bodies or whatever, right? But they praising Lil Tim and this man killed him in front of the whole world. They praising him because he killed somebody who allegedly killed other people. But we not paying attention to the bigger picture? You feel me? How's we gonna turn around one black man for taking other black men's lives, allegedly, but then praise up another black man for taking another black man's life because he was in the right, because he whatever. Like that's just so confusing to me. If Lil Von's such a demon, King Von, I'm talking about Lil Von. King Von, such a bad person or whatever the case is. Everybody look at him like whatever. Lil Tim should be viewed as the same way. Anybody else out here in the world that feel like, man, if a nigga punch me, I'ma shoot and kill him. Or if a nigga punch my homies, I'ma shoot and kill him. All y'all should be labeled as the same thing that y'all look at King Von as. Cause y'all do the same thing. I'm not for killing our kind at all. I used to rap about the shit, but I ain't used to rap about like dead people or shit like that. I ain't never had no situations like that. But yeah, that shit was wrong as fuck, bro. Like, bro was punching your homie. You should have just came up and pushed him, or you could have just walked up and punched the nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different things that you could have did outside of just flat out shooting a nigga. And, like, what the fuck? That was just fucking stupid to me. I feel I disagree with what he did on that note. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Um, so let's talk about the FYBJ Main and the E Dog situation. What do you think about that?
Well, what I think about the FYBJ man and the E Dog situation, remind you, I don't know these guys. I'm just from Chicago, and I know a lot of us Chicago dudes. We kind of think alike. We kind of like rotate the same. We got a lot of things in common. Some of us don't. But I gotta say, E Dog was very wise with a lot of things that he said about the situation that I feel he is right about, which is if you're gonna push peace, like go in full throttle. You know what I'm saying? Like put it out there, put your life on the line. Yeah, you do. You got to. Martin Luther King did it. He was trying to push peace and say we all is one. He ended up, you see what happened to him. Malcolm X. I mean, a lot of people did. But my point is, if you trying to really push peace in Chicago, I mean, we all know it's hella hoods out here that's toe up still. I'm talking about I don't even know if they're gonna ever be able to be at peace. Because you gotta understand, when people start dying behind things and situations and shit, it just like ain't no coming back from that shit to a certain extent. Until you run into like some mature people that, understand that maturity comes into play and kids' lives matter and all that shit. But I feel like
Hey,
huh?
so real quick,
What?
your title says Lil Tone.
That's how you spell. I'm telling you, go to Vlad. That's exactly how they spell the shit with a T-U-M.
How the fuck?
I'm
That's
talking
dumb
about.
as
I'm dead
hell.
serious. Go to Vlad right now. That shit gonna say Lil Tone. Everywhere he get mentioned, this shit Tone. Why? I don't know. Maybe because
That's
that nigga's
crazy.
stomach hurt. But yeah, how I feel about it. I feel like I'm saddened with the responses from E Dog because he had hit a lot of points. Like a lot of niggas be hating themselves. See, that was my favorite one because a lot of, and I'm not saying FRBJ Main or anybody else that I'm talking about is feeling this way, but I know a lot of us struggle with, you know, fighting those thoughts when we by ourselves or motherfucking, inner peace or, mental whatever, right? Intrusive thoughts. Like a lot of people be battling themselves for real every day, but technically we all battle ourselves every day. Real talk, bro. Like our biggest battles are
Just
from
when we alone.
is when we alone, like mentally, like whether it's depression, grieving, sadness, happiness. We all battle like literally every day. So I felt when he said that, but I mean, the main thing that I'm trying to say is pushing peace. It's not that you walk up to somebody and you say, I'm sorry, and let's do this shit for the kids. It's more so like if you pushing peace and a nigga start yelling before you could get to him, but you trying to apologize, you gotta sacrifice and walk up to that man. You might feel like he ain't gonna want to punch you or whatever, but that's why you gotta understand the other party more. You can't just be walking into situations and not understanding, or you can't pick to push peace if you don't understand what comes with pushing peace. There's gonna be a motherfucker out there that ain't gonna like that, and they gonna get on some bullshit. But guess what? They might get stopped before they get to you. You might get a punch, but that motherfucker might grab them and check them. They might come back and apologize. But if you expecting on walking up to somebody where or an area where motherfucking, you know, blood has been shed, people have died, all type of shit, then you gotta be ready for whatever, bro.
So Do you feel like it's possible to push peace in Chicago within like the black community? Do you feel like that's possible?
Yeah, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's possible, but
What can make it possible though?
often say I mainly feel like, for starters, I feel like a lot of Chicago artists could be like a big influence to start, being that they got such a big platform and names, they could possibly um, say something, or collab on a track called Pushing Peas. Or, I just feel like they have a decent. And then I feel like another thing that I don't know if FRBJ man or anybody out there trying to push peace thought about, but sports. You know what I'm saying? Sports and competitions and things where you compete, that should bring people together. You wanna know why? Because when we get on this basketball court, when we get on this football field or baseball, whatever we choose to play, or even a video game tournament, the main thing is you just want to be able to be around the person. So I feel like things like that would just be like a good start to try to bring people around each other. Even if people not comfortable being around each other, I feel like Zoom sessions is a good idea. Meet up with them real people and that really got problems and y'all hash it out. One side talk, next side talk. One person talk, next person talk.
Okay, so you feel like pushing peace in the black community within Chicago is possible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say they did push peace, right?
Right.
Let's say they did. The people, the generation around our age, between the ages of, I want to say, 25 to 34.
Right.
25 to 34, now 25 to 34-year-olds in Chicago finally able to get along with each other, no matter what side of town you from, no matter what gang you in, no matter what ethnicity you are, we all finally getting along.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is now the younger generation never wanted peace, so under 25. Now they want to wreak havoc because they look at us as some motherfucking goofies. Being that we was finally able to push the peace, and now they making more drill music, which is actually what's going on now. Right. So if you think about it, it's possible but impossible at the same time because the younger generation, they reckless as hell. Very reckless.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said earlier about being a kid before, we was all there. We was all at that one age, but we wanted to do the wrong shit. So I don't really expect pushing peace to really change in that fashion though. You know what I'm saying? Like how you say 25 and under, they still like this and that. I mean, it's still like that in Chicago. I mean, like for example, the FYB and the O Block allegedly situation they got going on. It's hella hoods out here in Chicago that have been into it that ain't never been known in the fashion that they are known and like famous. And I don't think it'll never stop. Like, I don't really know if them coming to each other and like that shit ain't gonna stop. Once somebody die, I mean, I feel like it's at that point, it's just over with. Like you either move around forever or you just take that loss forever and you just But it's sad because I feel like it puts kids in those situations that shouldn't have to be making a decision. Like, let's say, for example, my homeboy was a big ass gangster and he had a son. Now this man done took people's lives and robbed people and everything. Now his son is finna have to grow up. His son finna have to grow up and basically carry a pistol with him. Now he want to play the game. He want to do little kiddie stuff. He can't do it because his father's name. You know, he just got to live up to that now, or he got to fight for his life now.
Right.
But peace could be done though. Peace could be done. I feel like peace could be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come with them losses. You might get 30 black men together in Chicago. 5 of them might get shot. 5 of them might fight.
So you feel like
10 of them might motherfucking be cool with each other. You know?
So you telling me that peace could happen, but people gonna have to die behind it.
That's how I go.
That's fucked up.
That's how I go. But that's how I go. I mean, my greatest example is Martin Luther King. I feel like
it's
they
still
didn't.
Not peace though.
It's still not, but they didn't. That man Martin Luther King sat up there and said, "What did he say? We all is one, right? We all one." Assassinated him. He gone. He made somewhat of a change, but it was a very small percentage. You wanna know why? Because it wasn't no more. Now that go my answer to your question. Could peace happen in Chicago? Yeah, but it gotta be more Martin Luther King. It was just only one. So it's easy to take him out. But if it was 10 to 30 Martin Luther Kings, and for example, to my point, 10 to 30 FRBJ Mains or 10 to 30 E-Dogs, then it'd be easier to bring the peace together. Because these people who really, especially E-Dog, he more of a person where it's like, I ain't even doing this shit on camera, but this is just how I live. I want to have a peaceful life. So this is the stuff that he was saying, but it just got to be more people involved. Just like when you want to put a federal lawsuit in, you got to have at least, 15 people. I feel like if it's 15 big people, and when I say big, I mean, kind of more like got a good reputation, a good.
Unfortunately, the system itself ain't gonna hear you out or really listen to you unless you famous or you got money. This system favors.
That's how people is, period, too, though. They don't want to hear nothing that you gotta say. Unless you know somebody that knows somebody or got something.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
So that other question was,
what?
How do you feel about people pushing peace overall?
I think it's really good though. I like that FRBJ Main, because at one point in time I thought it was clout chasing. He did a lot of weird shit. Like he mocked Vine with the dreads. He did a lot of weird ass shit, and it just kind of showed that it's like, okay, is you on some backdoor shit, or is you really pushing peace, bro? Or is you just doing this shit because you want to get paid for being a content creator and just make content? Nobody fucking knows. So it's starting to show now that he kind of is pushing peace. I like it because he in Chicago with this shit. We need some type of peace out of it. Some type of peace out of it.
You know what? This is a little bit Well, it's in regards to peace in Chicago, and I actually sent you the video, um, like an hour ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, the people of Chicago actually have voted for Trump, but they making it seem like majority of Chicago voted for what's her name, Kamala,
Kamala.
and the people of Chicago is standing up to this crooked ass Mayor Johnson,
Black dude.
the black dude, because he crooked as hell. Every black person that we get in office here in Chicago, you would expect them to help the black people of Chicago, but that's not they plan.
I mean, at the end of the day, they can't change. Like Stephen Darby said, no matter who up there, no matter what position, they cannot alter that system the way that they made it. It's gonna always be the same.
Yeah.
It's gonna always be the same, and no matter who get up there, no matter what position, they're gonna be able to change that system. I think Stephen Darby called them puppets. That's all the government put them up there for, to be puppets to do whatever.
Yeah.
What up?
Um,
Demi Hawk?
It's
a cool name, I guess. Appreciate the likes though. Appreciate it.
So, what do you think about the
if you got a question in relation to my title, you can drop it in the comments. I'll read it.
What do you think about the rap artists of Chicago today? Like the drill music, you know, what's your perspective on drill music?
Chicago drill music?
Chicago drill music. Did drill music start in Chicago and it just spread across the globe?
Yeah, we started it.
That's fucked up. What do you think about that?
I kind of started with drill music. I feel like when you being from Chicago, the first format of rapping is kind of somewhat like drill because you learn how to rap and you kind of sort of talk about a lot of things that you see. Majority of the people that's rap from Chicago, they talking about a lot of shit that they see. A lot of them have family that was a part of things and they rap about that. But as I got older and as I grew into rapping and as I got better at rapping, I learned that it's not about how many guns I can rap about or, do I actually know how to rap? You get what I'm saying? So when I say that, I say, damn, do I know how to use metaphors, similes? Do I know how to do wordplay? Do I know how to actually rap? That's what kind of made me, to my point, to my answer to your question. I don't like drill music. And I will never like drill music. I'm gonna be honest to you. Will I listen to it? Yeah, I might listen to a few songs. I'll probably listen to a few songs to this day, depending on the artist. But overall, my music now is more conscious music. It's people displaying their skills with, for example, like High Cassidy or Lil Wayne use like bars and all that. Like that's the type of rapper that I became. But it's a very sad situation on what drill music has affected the rap era, period. Just looking at it, I mean, people is dying, bro. Like, I feel like when ever since drill music has been out, it has changed the world, and directly it's changed the rap industry. It helps, Well, no, I'm reading his comment, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like drill music sucks, and don't like drill music. Um, Let me address this person real quick. I understand that you wanted to, uh, I guess, basically tell me to read the dictionary without telling me to, but I'm gonna give you that chance to like be positive in my comments. I ain't go to college. I ain't do a lot of stuff that you was blessed to do, fam. All right. But what I can say is I ain't dead. I'm right here. So I will better myself as I grow in my life. But if you got a problem with how I'm talking or my small vocab, limit of 4 words or whatever, you can get out, man. Oh, you talking about rapping? See, I'm gonna tell you something about me, Hawk. I am very understanding. I am very sarcastic. I like dark humor. But one thing I also don't like, as I said, also, I don't like it, is disrespect. I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna respect you. I like to be very detailed. Like when you say things, I would like for you to be very detailed so I can understand what you're saying. So I won't take it and be like, oh, you said reading the dictionary helps expand. Whole time I'm if I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, you talking about how I was talking about rapping and why I kind of like rapping now. Or all right.
Before I go to the bathroom, 'cause I have another question. Um, it was about
For sure.
do you think Chief Keef and the little JoJo situation has sparked demons within the younger generation or our generation? Like, do you feel like it sparked up so many demons that so many people have died behind the hands of Chief Keef?
No. I only say that because I mean we gotta think about Tupac and Biggie. We gotta think about what are you looking at? We gotta think about you can go ahead. I'm not gonna read it. We could think about all a lot of artists was beefing. Of course they from Chicago, so it's different out here. I mean, but I don't really fault him for anything outside of, just participating in the drill music and being that it has fucked up the younger black males worse than ever. Um, but I mean, having an influence on like the younger generation, male or women, they've been doing this shit way before our time. They've been doing this shit. And excuse me for cursing. I need to work on my curse words. They've been doing this, bruh. Yeah, they've been doing it. So sadly, he ain't do nothing but do what he probably been hearing and seeing. I mean, like for example, like I like Lil Wayne as a young teen or whatever. Wayne wasn't rapping about how the sun shines good. He was rapping about drugs. He was rapping some very violent things. You know what I'm saying? So, Waka Flocka, I used to listen to his music. He was straight savage. Gucci Mane, the real one, allegedly. Uh, I don't know, man. But I feel like what they did mess up is making drill music a thing. Cause now it's like actual music and artists can't even be seen or heard because it don't matter. They're not rapping about guns. They're not rapping about killing people. They're not rapping about none of that. Yeah, they might have metaphors in their music or whatever the case may be, but they're not rapping on what's one to be heard, which is sad. So that's just my take on everything. I'm not sure if you caught anything I was talking about. Hawk. I'm from Chicago, born and raised. Been here my whole life. I have visited a few different states though. But hit me with a sub, like the video. If you got any questions, you can ask me right now before I end the live. In other words, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm gone. And yep.